Mermicorno Starfall Season 2, Episodes 9 and 10. The series dives deeper into emotions, friendships, creativity, and self-acceptance, delivering two jam-packed episodes filled with adventure, laughs, and heart. We finally get new Mermicornos joining the crew, some long-awaited character development for Sawtooth, and a closer look at the show's message about the power of being yourself. It's emotional, hilarious, and full of surprises. Episode 9, titled Kraken Down, kicks off with our heroes splitting up. Astra, Gwen, and Kimiko set off on a mission to find two new potential allies, Riptide and Sunsprite, while the rest of the gang stays back in the Mermicorno Kingdom. Right away, Gwen reminds Astra about Sawtooth and how they shouldn't give up on him, but Astra brushes it off once again. Clearly, she's got other things on her mind, and Gwen's concern gets pushed to the side. Meanwhile, Riptide and Sunsprite are busy treasure hunting in a mysterious cave when they're suddenly confronted by stingray pirates led by Captain Cutter. Just when things start getting dangerous, Astra's group swoops in on the epic pirate ship SS Cool Boat to save the day. But instead of being grateful, Riptide and Sunsprite are just chill. Like, super chill. They speak in bubbly, giggly rainbowish, and seem to always be floating through life without a care. Gwen finds their attitude a bit annoying, especially since they don't seem to understand the seriousness of the situation. Despite the rocky start, Riptide and Sunsprite explain they came to the ocean together during the Starfall and promised to always stick together. They don't panic easily and have a very carefree attitude, until they hear about Blackfin's legendary treasure. The final clue to finding it. A Kraken. Obviously. Turns out the treasure chest they just found has the last clue they need. Astra wants these two to join their mission to save Dark Pearl and stop IKA, so she decides to act all cool and carefree too, hoping it'll make them like her. But Gwen's not having it. She's the one doing all the work, steering the ship, and saving Kimiko from falling overboard. It creates serious tension between Astra and Gwen. Riptide and Sunsprite are fun but careless, and Astra's new attitude is starting to annoy Gwen more and more. When the gang finally reaches the Kraken's location, they attempt to take the treasure chest from the top of its head. But things go terribly wrong when Astra's playful behavior leads to everyone getting swallowed by the Kraken. Inside the monster, Astra admits she was faking being laid back because she wanted to fit in. That vulnerable moment helps her realize she's actually a pretty great planner and problem solver. Using her quick thinking, they escape the Kraken, though they have to leave the treasure behind. In the end, Astra finally tells Riptide and Sunsprite the truth about their mission, and they agree to join the Mermicornos. Back at the kingdom, there's a whole different kind of drama happening. Squishella starts feeling jealous seeing how well Nautique and Valentina are getting along. The two of them are experimenting with the pearl talismans and seem to really click. Squishella feels like she's being replaced. In a fit of jealousy, she uses a pearl talisman and accidentally flips the entire room upside down. Worse, she drops the pearl, which they need to get things back to normal. With no other choice, they tape their fins to the ground to keep from floating away and begin trying every pearl talisman to fix things. But Squishella, still upset, claims to find the right pearl, which just shrinks them all instead. The pearl shatters, and not even her creative force can fix it. At her lowest, she finally admits she's scared of losing her best friend to someone who seems like a better match. Nautique reassures her that their differences are what make their friendship strong and unique. In their tiny form, Squishella spots the correct talisman, thanks to jelly residue stuck to her hooves, and fixes their first problem. Then, using a magnifying glass to boost her creative force, she repairs the shattered pearl and restores everything to normal size. It's a heartwarming moment of growth, showing that feeling left out doesn't mean you're actually being replaced. Then comes Episode 10, Song of Sawtooth, where things really take a turn. Sawtooth is still trapped under Ika's thumb and tasked with a cruel job: eliminate creativity and capture the last of the rebels. In exchange, IKA promises him a shiny new title, Director of Creative Disruption. But Sawtooth's heart isn't in it. While patrolling, he hears music echoing through the sewers and follows the sound, finding Penny, a rebel singer and member of Pop Star Princess, strumming her guitar. Sawtooth tries to silence her by confiscating the instrument, hoping to scare her, but Penny isn't afraid. Later, As he's stacking the instruments in Ika's base, Sawtooth accidentally strums an electric guitar and feels a jolt of something powerful. That's when he realizes music is his creative force. Panic sets in, and he tries to cover up his glowing hooves. Dark Pearl grows suspicious, but Sawtooth keeps lying to protect his secret. Later, he finds Penny again and scolds her for the song stuck in his head. Penny sees through his tough exterior and tells him he's a musician, just like her, and needs to write his own song. Sawtooth brushes her off, but can't sleep. The pull of music is too strong. Eventually, he returns to Penny, and they strike a deal. She'll help him write a song, and he'll get her guitar back. When he sneaks into Ika's base to retrieve it, he causes a loud crash, almost getting caught again. Ika lets it slide, but Dark Pearl is clearly piecing the puzzle together. Days go by with Penny and Sawtooth secretly working on their song. Ika begins to question why more rebels haven't been rounded up. Sawtooth finally opens up to Penny, revealing he lost all memory during the Starfall and was taken in by Ika, who told him the Mermicornos were dangerous. Ika even gave him the name Sawtooth and forbade all creativity. But Sawtooth remembers his real name, Sharkicorno, and that he used to be friends with the Mermicornos. Penny gently tells him that a true friend wouldn't try to stop you from being who you really are. Everything comes to a head when Ika and Dark Pearl find Sawtooth with Penny. Caught off guard, Sawtooth pretends he was just capturing her. Penny is taken away to be turned into a Squidian, brainwashed and stripped of creativity, before the next morning. Sawtooth is given his fancy new title and finally earns Ika's approval. But it's all hollow. When Sawtooth realizes the price of that so-called respect is the destruction of someone like Penny, he can't take it. He frees both Penny and Shelly the Crab and decides to leave Ika behind forever. Enraged, Ika sends a squad of Squidians after them, but Sawtooth and Penny fight back with the power of music and destroy them with their epic song. With Penny choosing to go into hiding, Sawtooth, now Sharkicorno again, heads off in search of the Mermicornos. Unfortunately, Ika retaliates by turning all of Octokio's citizens into Squidians in one final act of tyranny. Episodes 9 and 10 of Mermicorno Starfall Season 2 are a masterclass in emotional storytelling for kids and families alike. Whether it's Astra trying too hard to be liked, Squishella fearing she's being replaced, or Sawtooth struggling with identity and loyalty, the show doesn't sugarcoat those tough, real-world feelings. Every character's story reflects something deeply relatable, the desire to belong without losing yourself. Sawtooth's transformation back into Sharkicorno is the emotional payoff fans have been waiting for. After being manipulated and isolated for so long, it's refreshing to see him break free and rediscover who he truly is. It also adds much-needed emotional weight to the show's ongoing battle with Ika. As we approach the final episodes, the stakes are higher than ever. With so many threads, Dark Pearl's rescue, Ika's growing power, the spread of Squidians, and the group's quest to stop all of it, it's natural to worry whether the show will have enough time to tie everything up neatly. But it also hints at the possibility of a third season, especially with so many unresolved arcs and deepening storylines. There's always the risk of cancellation, even for amazing kids shows like this, but Mermicorno Starfall deserves to sail on. These 2 episodes prove it has the heart, creativity, and soul to keep making waves.